Today is day number 2 of free coffees from Starbucks, so guess where I'm at? Starbucks! Just saw my friend Charity walk out of Starbucks. I saw her, she didn't see me. I should have yelled or something. Definitely have a lot of people looking at me like I'm crazy. Like I said, I'm back at Starbucks, got my free coffee, and lesson learned, I need to take the lid off and let it cool off because it is so hot, and this cup keeps it so hot I can't even drink it hours and hours later. Yesterday I pretty much just talked about my goals for this year and for these videos. Today let's actually talk about the word. In Genesis 31, we see Jacob, who's been living and working for Laban for 20 years, finally say, enough is enough, I'm out of here. If you don't know the story of Jacob, here's what happened. Jacob moves to a faraway country, he meets Laban, and wants to marry Laban's daughter Rachel. Laban says, you work for me for 7 years and I'll give you my daughter Rachel. 7 years go by and it's time for Jacob to marry Rachel. And what does Laban do? He tricks Jacob into marrying his other daughter Leah. Laban says, hey, it's okay. I'll give you my other daughter Rachel as well, but you got to work for me for another 7 years. So that's 14 years that Jacob is working for Laban because Laban tricked him and lied to him. Jacob ends up working for Laban for several more years, and Laban just keeps changing his wages on him over and over and over again. Finally, in Genesis 31, Jacob says, okay, this is it. I'm taking my wives, I'm taking my kids, and I'm out of here. But you see, what happened was, when Jacob finally did leave Laban, he left super wealthy, even though Laban had been cheating him for 20 years. The reason that Jacob left Laban so wealthy, even though Laban had been cheating him all those years, is because Laban wasn't Jacob's provider. God was. You see, every time that Laban changed Jacob's wages or cheated him, God turned that around and made it even better for Jacob. As Laban's flocks got smaller and smaller, Jacob's flocks got bigger and bigger. Not because Jacob was cheating Laban or stealing from him, but because God had blessed him so much. You see, just like Jacob, your provider isn't your boss or the company you work for or whoever. Your provider is God. Trust God the way that Jacob trusts God. That doesn't mean that you're going to become rich. That doesn't mean you're going to become super wealthy or anything like that. But God is the one who's your provider. He's the one who's going to provide for you. Don't cheat your way to victory. Don't cut corners. Do what's right and rely on God. There's some people sitting at the table right in the window right there. And I've seen them glance over at me a couple times like, what is this guy doing? Does God provide for you the way that he provides for Jacob? Let me know down in the comments your story of how God has provided for you. If you like this video, hit like. Please go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell. That way you get notifications every time I come out with a video like this. Now I'm going to put the lid back on my coffee, even though it's still ridiculously hot, and I'm out of here.